The following programme is a presentation of Jez Sports.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Main Event Podcast. Back very quickly since Elimination Chamber. Today we are looking at Impact Wrestling's No Surrender. My name is Dan, the champion, as always joined by that guy, Jeremy.
That's me, yeah. You can say champion. I can't. I don't know what the problem is. Oh, I just said it. I wasn't talking about you.
You just said it. You have just messed up yourself there.
Don't. My carefully laid out lie shattered in an instant. I won't ask you how you are because it's been literally 10 seconds since we finished recording the last episode. So I'll assume that nothing has changed in that time and that you're still slightly concussed. Cool. And we are here now to discuss No Surrender 2023, as you mentioned. Not a pay-per-view, but one of the Fight TV, Impact Plus, YouTube, Ultimate Insiders, DAZN, various other places event that they've put out, all of which are the same price. So pick your poison. It kicks off, as always, with the pre-show, the countdown to No Surrender. Let's get straight into things.
Yep.
First match, Giselle Shaw versus Deonna Purrazzo. Now, obviously,
I can always tell something's going to happen when you start off with now.
The thing is, I haven't really been watching the weekly Impact Wrestling television show.
No.
So I'm always slightly confused when it gets to the events and some things have changed.
Yes.
Is Deonna Purrazzo a babyface now? Is that where we are?
I think so.
It did seem so based on, the dynamic of this match, and I'm all for it. Let me say, I'm quite on board with that.
Yeah.
My pro, main one really is the more aggressive side of Giselle Shaw. I feel like she's developing very well. This time last year we were just looking at her debut and her first few matches in the company, and I think that things are developing fairly well. Still green in certain aspects.
Yes.
But generally I'm impressed with her development, and being against people like Deonna Purrazzo is certainly going to help that. Beating people like Deonna Purrazzo is certainly going to help that.
Yeah.
As much as it upsets me because I love Deonna Purrazzo. I feel like Purrazzo stepped up a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Like the speed at which she locks on the Fujiwara armbar now, just quick, sudden lock-ons, really cool. That's another one of my pros for this match.
Yeah.
If we are doing a Deonna Purrazzo face turn and we're trying to make Giselle Shaw the uber heel, the outside interference for the win is the way that you do that. So kudos there.
Yeah.
Nice work.
You've basically summed up everything I've got.
Good. That works.
Jubbly.
Any cons from you?
Not really.
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed it as like an opening to a pre-show. Yeah.
Yeah, it was what it was for sure. My only con is the very weak knee finisher from Giselle Shaw.
Oh yeah.
It did not hit. It looked weak, and I feel like they should have done something else because it made Purrazzo look weak. That beat her. It was a bit.
Maybe do it and then maybe have just kind of done it again.
Yeah.
Just because why not?
Get it right the second time, perhaps.
Yeah.
But then what happens if you don't get it right the second time?
Keep doing it until you get it right.
Do it a third time. Like, we're 3 hours into the pay-per-view and Giselle Shaw still trying to nail that knee. Deonna Purrazzo's just taking it like a champ.
Christ, then it will be an AEW pay-per-view.
Yeah. We both went with Giselle Shaw for the win, reluctantly on my part, because I tend to just pick Deonna Purrazzo whenever, but I see the writing on the wall. So we start this event, much as we did with Elimination Chamber and many other events before, as the ones.
We are the ones.
Yee. Moving on.
Jay.
Second match on the pre-show. Final match on the pre-show. Nice short pre-show.
Yeah.
Jonathan Gresham versus Speedball Mike Bailey. You can kick this one off. Did you like it? If so, what did you like about it?
I liked it. Not massively, but I liked it. I liked the quick starts.
Yeah.
How these two were very quick. I liked how Gresham was kind of like a brick wall.
Mm-hmm. He is, though, isn't he? Look at him. He's just solid muscle.
Yeah, and just taking shots after shots. After shots. After shots. But I do feel like these two were pretty evenly matched.
I agree. Yeah. And in fact, that is on my list. I've got very even. The whole match was very back and forth. Nobody really had the upper hand at any point.
I liked how Gresham targeted the legs of Mike Bailey, because that's kind of his finisher is the ultimate weapon, which is his knees. Let's take away his knees.
Yeah, no, same. Lots of stiff chops, not just to the chest, but chopping at the thigh
everywhere.
of Mike Bailey was good. Gresham is known for unique offense, and I feel like that's what we saw in this match. Anything else?
That's about it, really, for me.
I liked the little spot, and I can't even really piece together in my head what the order of events were. But dodging the attack on the apron, Mike Bailey, and then following it up with a moonsault to the outside of the ring. I think that's the order it happened in. That whole spot was cool, and it happened very quickly, but it was slick and very well executed. That's my other pro. My con in this match, I didn't notice it in the first match, and I did notice it thoroughly for the rest of the night. The squeaky ring.
Yeah.
Can nobody get out? Bit of WD-40, get under the ring. That's all it'll take. It's like a 3-second fix. Crawl to the middle of the ring, on the spring. Okay, it doesn't squeak anymore. Is it bouncing? Yep, doesn't squeak anymore. Great. Right, done.
I think it was on the top turnbuckles.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because
I thought it was the spring, like under the ring.
No, I think it was the top turnbuckles, because whenever somebody went to the top turnbuckle, you could really hear it squeaking like something.
That makes it even worse then, because you didn't even need to go under the ring to WD-40. You could have just done it there in a break. Oh, I'm even more annoyed now. Damn you, Impact Wrestling. Bunch of amateurs. Yeah.
With cameras pointing at the lights.
Not today, though. I'll get to that
Not
later.
today.
But I was a lot happier with the production.
There was something else that went very wrong in the match, but I'm going to get to that later.
Yeah. It is a bit like one step forward, 2 steps back with Impact Wrestling production, and the squeaky ring was a problem. I was trying to watch this event in my living room, and I was told in no uncertain terms that I was to turn it off because the squeaky ring was doing everyone's head in. Right. I'll go up and watch it up in the bedroom then. All right.
Yeah.
Other than
totally
that,
annoying me.
The main con, and this will come up a few times today, roll up win.
Yeah.
What a waste after that battle that these guys had.
Yeah.
To end on a roll up. Jeez.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But what I do like, and you will not like, is that I went with Jonathan Gresham for the win. Yeah. And you went with Mike Bailey, so thank you.
It's all right, I'm still a 1.
I'm generally more positive and smug about it.
Even though I did just notice that you are wearing the Bloodline colours. Black and red.
Yeah. This is my favourite hoodie, actually. I mean, we were talking about, The Rock and the XFL and
you got
all that.
Under Armour.
Under Armour, the massive sponsor of the XFL. Yeah, this is my Favourite hoodie? I've had this since 2008.
Wow.
And it's still in perfect condition. That is Under Armour quality for you. No bobbling, no nothing. Perfect.
Quality.
No colour fading. The red is as vivid now. Well, mostly. Almost as vivid now as it was in 2008.
And it matches your headphones as well.
It does, yeah. Yeah, I do like a bit of red.
Look at you being colour coordinated.
Mm.
It's all deliberate, isn't it?
Absolutely. Fully deliberate. Just like the blue light matching my side of the surrender background. It's not at all that I just left it blue after Elimination Chamber and forgot to do anything with it. Nothing like that.
It's all deliberate.
Everything is deliberate on this podcast. Absolutely everything. Moving on. Onto the main show now. Frankie Kazarian versus Con. Con. Take it away.
I feel like Con needs
more syllables
to ascend to a different plane, if you catch what I'm saying.
Yeah, where is that guy, the other one?
Was it Victor?
Yeah.
What was Con's name?
Connor. He was just Connor.
Was it
Connor
Connor?
and Victor? Yeah, with a
Connor
K.
and Victor. And they had funny beards, didn't they?
They did. They did have funny beards and epic music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like the Ascension.
Me too. And then they got up to the main roster and they got Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Vaudevillains.
Oh man, the Vaudevillains were great, yeah.
No. Speaking of Impact, there's one of them on the commentary.
Basically, NXT's best tag teams from, what was that, 2015, are
something
now
like
in Impact Wrestling, or half of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love the Vaudevillains.
They were great.
This is a tangent.
It is a tangent. I did ask you to talk about the match, though, so it's your fault.
Yeah. Anyway.
What did you think?
I liked how Kazarian was quick to start, to obviously try and chop down the bigger guy. And then Con just went, no.
Nah, mate.
And just was like, mate, and just slowed him right down. And yeah. That's basically the rest of the match. And then the chair shot with the misdirection chair shot. And then, was this a roll-up?
I don't think this was a roll-up. No, it was a pretty standard pin after the chair shot.
Got the chair shot and then got a pin in it, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Frankie Kazarian's got like 67 finishes or signature moves, so he used one of them. I don't know which one it was.
One of them somewhere, somehow.
Yeah. That is one of my pros. Callahan, cocking up basically and hitting Con with the chair instead of Kazarian. I like that story. Is Callahan actually with the design, or is he just playing along? Like, cool, keep that going.
Yeah.
See how long you can drag that out. It's basically, Sami Zayn and the Bloodline, isn't it? But with slightly more sinister undertones.
Yeah.
And speaking of sinister undertones, my other pro is Dina stood on the ramp looking creepy for the entire thing.
He did that, didn't he, or something?
Yeah, just stood there.
Looked like Kamen Rider Ghost.
Oh yeah.
Didn't he want Kamen Rider Ghost like that or something?
He did, yeah. He made it look like the Illuminati eye thing.
Something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah. Speaking of, massive tangents that nobody really will really know if you're just a wrestling fan. My only con really is that it wasn't a bad match. Con.
No.
Con. It wasn't a bad match, but it was pretty standard fare.
Yeah.
Literally nothing special about it.
No. It was alright. To kick off the main show.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. Wasn't exciting. It wasn't boring. It wasn't a match that happened. It wasn't a match of the year candidate either. It
was just there.
It was just there. Looking all sinister and stuff. Yeah.
The design, because they felt like Violent by Design, was too much of a mouthful.
I mean, I like the design as a name.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the end of that sentence. Yep. Predictions. We both went with Frankie Kazarian for the win. So it breaks my thank you and takes me to 3.
I can now go, thank you!
There you go.
Or I can be the Schism.
Peace, love, and correct predictions. Next, Knockouts World Tag Team Championship.
Oh my God. Can I say it?
Let me finish introducing the match first. Death Dolls defending against The Hex. Not Hex. The Hex. Dumb name. A go.
Sort out the flipping audio.
Yeah, that also was part of the reason that I got kicked out of the living room because, geez, I don't understand how they managed to do it. I just don't understand how they managed to do it because they fixed it and then they went to a different camera angle and then all of a sudden the problem was back. I'm like, producer, just stop touching buttons.
Yeah.
It was fine. Just don't touch anything. Honestly. Yeah.
I think it was Bring Your Child to Work Day for the producer and the child was just like, what does this do? What does this do?
I do fear that Impact might be having Bring Your Child to Work decade.
It's just Bring Your Child to Work.
Production is the weakest part of Impact Wrestling at the moment. Yes. It has to be said.
Yes.
Some people need to be fired.
Yes.
By the way, Impact Wrestling, literally could fix your product.
That guy.
Could literally fix your product in about 30 minutes.
That guy.
I mean, I'll eke it out because I want to be paid for more than 30 minutes. But that guy. Call me.
Him.
This match. Do you have any pros?
The Hex were kind of dominating.
Yeah, mine is like nobody got hurt. I guess that's positive, right?
Yeah. I got to see Rosemary. I like Rosemary.
Sure. Death Dolls are still a dumb team, though.
I know, but I'm excluding like Valkyrie and Sick. I like Rosemary. That's it.
Do you know who I wanted to see in this match and thought I was going to see in this match and didn't?
Oh,
Father James Mitchell.
Yeah.
Where was that guy?
Yeah.
Love Father James Mitchell. He's great.
Yeah.
He's got the greatest beard of anybody in wrestling, and the eyebrows. Yeah, that guy knows his gimmick. Like, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But yeah. This match came. This match went. And yeah.
Great. Top notch, guys.
Should we just move on?
Yeah. Who should we do prediction and move on?
Yeah. I went with the Death Dolls.
Oh, great.
So that's a point for me. Takes me to 4.
I went with the Hex.
You went with the Hex. So you stay on.
I'm going to stay with being a schism.
A thank 2. Yeah.
Love is blind.
Hey, if you are in the mood for some positivity and singing along, then have I got the next match for you?
Yeah, baby.
Digital Media .combat match. Joe Hendry versus Moose. Okay. I'm going to throw this out there straight away.
Go.
And you call me crazy if you want.
Okay.
This was the best match of the night.
Yes, it was. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
This was the highlight of the entire pay-per-view. It was so much fun. Unbelievable fun. And, Moose is obviously a main event guy.
Yeah.
They're working on that for Joe Hendry. But so this was kind of like it was what we've been getting from World Championship matches with people like Moose and Sami Callihan and stuff in Impact for years. So it didn't really, look out of place. So, yeah. Pros? Let's get into it.
Sega Dreamcast.
Yep.
Keyboard.
Yep.
The commentary. Did you notice the commentary? Scottish keyboard warrior.
Yes, I did pick that up. Yep, they knew what they were doing there.
The 2 RC cars.
Mm-hmm.
The little one. Why the hell not?
Yeah,
and hang on. Big one.
Hang on a minute. The violence that we saw in this match as a result of that remote control car to the toe. Like,
I know.
I'm surprised. The match continued. I thought they'd have had to call it there.
The best one was the bigger remote control car.
It wasn't quite as violent, but
it didn't work. So Joe Hendry just picks it up and throws it in the nuts of me.
Yeet!
I actually was wetting myself laughing at that. It was just like, oh, it's not working. All right then.
And then the commentary team pointing out the obvious. I think it's far worse that he threw it at the crotch rather than driving into him. Well, duh.
Yeah. Keyboard keys.
Yeah, yeeting keys at Moose. That was cool.
Gaming chair. Moose comes up one side with a steel chair. Joe comes up the other side with a gaming chair. Brilliant. And the best thing. Moose in VR.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
It just shows that Moose is so good at what he does and willing to do anything.
Yeah, he doesn't take himself too seriously, despite that being his character.
Just him stood there with the VR headset on, dancing,
grabbing
like he's
virtual arse in the club.
It was brilliant.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you are out there and you haven't seen this event and you're just here because you listen to every main event podcast, welcome. Thank you very much. If you only see one match from No Surrender, make it this one. Honestly.
Please do.
Absolutely cracking.
Please do. And it really annoys me because ever since then I've been singing Joe Hendry's song, but now I've forgotten it.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
There we go. I believe it. I've just been walking around going, I believe in Joe Hendry. Did you see the song he made up about Matt Cardona?
I did see it in passing, yes. Yeah. I thought you were going to say the one about Moose, which tickled me because, obviously I'm into the NFL as well, and that whole song being about his failed football career, which is entertaining. Yeah. But I don't quite understand what happened with the Matt Cardona thing, and now it seems that he's gone from Impact for a while or something. But
did you see what the main thing was in the song?
I don't remember it.
It was like something everyone knows you from being, and I'm going to swear here, everyone knows you from being Edge's bitch. And it just flashed up pictures of when him and Brian Myers were the Edge heads.
Yeah.
It just popped up on my TikTok, I think it was, the other day, and I was just like, oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, no. And it's quite strange because in my cons I have how is Joe Hendry a babyface? Because and I'm going to swear here too because I've got no better way of saying it. He's such a dick.
Yeah,
but
he's a dick.
But yeah, he's a babyface. I don't quite understand it. It's a weird dynamic.
But it's brilliant. I believe in Joe Hendry.
But I look at his face and I'm like, I don't like you.
I want to punch you in the face.
Yeah, and so like, how is he getting over as a babyface with a face like that? I just don't understand. It defies all logic. But there you go. Yeah. The only other things I didn't like was Joe Hendry's cutter was absolutely terrible, and he should be ashamed of it. And this was another roll-up win.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks for that. Again, all of that awesomeness, and it ends with a roll-up.
Yeah.
Fire whoever is the road agent in charge of this match.
Great, guys.
Because that ending ruined it all. All that fun, dead. Gone. Buried.
Yeah.
As obsolete as the Sega Dreamcast that was used as a weapon in this match.
Yeah.
But I did have to reach out to several people. I'm like, they just used a Sega Dreamcast in a match on the wrestling show that I'm watching. People who don't like wrestling, because I know that they'd get a kick out of it just from being Sega fans. So
Sega Dreamcast using it to flip off Moose.
All good fun.
It's the way he did it. It's the way he's holding it, press it, and it just slowly rises.
He did the face expression of of the roll-up flipping move from Guardians of the Galaxy with Star-Lord in the the prison lineup.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Go watch the match, folks.
Anyway.
It's incredible.
That's it. Let's end it here.
Predictions. I would have liked to end it before I had to do the predictions because you went for Joe Hendry. I did not. I went for Moose.
Did you not?
Mm.
Oh my God.
Like, Moose is a former world champion. How is he not beating Joe Hendry? And the answer is because Impact. So yeah, should have thought about that really.
Because he's busy grinding with VR headset on, grabbing some invisible bouteille.
There is that. Yeah. So I will stay on 4. You will move to 3.
Praise.
And yeah, from the most fun part of the show to Busted Open Radio with La Greca and Bully Ray and Tommy Dreamer. Yeah. Over to you, Dan. I tried to pass the buck there, and so did you.
No.
I just don't know why I should care about this rivalry.
No.
And I like Bully Ray.
Mm.
I really think Bully Ray needs another world championship run in Impact Wrestling. But this was wasting everyone's time and dumb and trash and not good television.
Yeah.
My only pro is at least we got to see someone scolded after that dumb segment.
Yeah.
That was fun because Tommy Dreamer sold it like he had just had his face burned off, and I'm like, cool, right.
Yep,
at least something was good in this. Thank you for redeeming it ever so slightly.
Thank you, Tommy.
But no, if you're going to fight, just get on with it. And if you're not going to fight, don't not fight on television.
Yeah.
If you catch my drift.
Yeah, I just didn't really pay attention to this section.
Lucky you.
Especially when at the beginning, Bully Ray just didn't talk.
You got 60 seconds. And then he didn't say anything.
Apart from I'm sorry.
Great, that's 60 seconds of my life I'm never getting back. Thank you very much for that.
After that, I just didn't really pay attention.
You'd been burned once before, and you weren't going to be burned again.
Yes.
Unlike Tommy Dreamer. Next match. Steve Macklin versus Brian Myers versus Heath versus PCO. Number 1 contendership for the Impact World Championship at Rebellion.
Yeah.
Steve Macklin coming out on top. Finally. Did you like this match?
It was okay. I wouldn't say it was amazing.
I would say it's meh.
Yeah, PCO just being PCO. Love PCO.
Me too.
I want to see more PCO.
I want to see PCO with a world championship.
I would love that.
You know? What have they got to lose in Impact Wrestling? Put the belt on PCO.
Nothing.
Like,
Even if it's for a short time.
Yeah. You've got Josh Alexander having the longest reign in Impact history. That's done. Like, he doesn't need the belt anymore. Put it on PCO. Put it on Steve Macklin. Put it on anybody. Just do stuff.
Yeah.
I'm excited for not Josh Alexander as world champion. And again, I like Josh Alexander. So, like, but I want something new. And your company needs something new. What did you like in this match, other than PCO?
Yeah. Not too much. It was,
And that's my point. There wasn't really much to lock in
on. Apart from PCO being PCO, that's... Yeah.
Yeah. It was turn-takey. They kind of managed to make it like a triple threat match, even though it was a fatal four-way, which, obviously I appreciated greatly as a lover of triple threat matches.
Yeah.
Eddie Edwards with a shovel, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Enjoyed that. Yeah, and PCO destroying Trey Miguel after the match, that was cool as well.
I love that.
I kind of wanted to see PCO win. I really did.
Yeah.
But, we
knew it was going to be.
We've discussed at length on this podcast in the past that Steve Macklin is long overdue.
Yeah.
But I'm worried. I'm worried that he gets to Rebellion and Josh Alexander wins anyway.
I know. I really want Steve Macklin to win, but at the same time, like you said, Josh Alexander's kind of like the golden boy at the moment.
He is, yeah.
Yeah. It's like...
And we'll get to it in the main event, but it seems like the crowd is turning on him.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I'm turning on him.
Yeah. So we'll put a pin in that, and we'll come back to that conversation in the main event. But the wheels are turning, I will say. Unsurprisingly, if you've listened to us talk about Impact Wrestling in the past, you will know that we predicted Steve Macklin for the win here. And so that takes me to a 5 and brings you to 4.
4 horsemen.
Beautiful stuff. Next, Time Machine versus Bullet Club. Should have been a good match, right?
It wasn't.
I mean, don't hold back, Dan. Just get it right out there. It was not.
You know
no,
me. I don't.
it really was not a good match. No.
You had Kenta in this. Kenta. This should have been a good match.
And it had all the hallmarks of being a good match. Like it was very fast paced.
Yes.
But it's really hard to actually put your finger on why this wasn't all that good. It just looked like people doing spots with no story. It was, we do this, then we'll do this, then we'll do that, then we'll do that, then we'll do this for a bit, and then we'll do that for a bit. And all the while, it didn't make sense because Time Machine were playing heels and like triple teaming behind the referee's back. I'm like, no, you're the babyface team.
Yeah, you're the babyface. What the hell are you doing?
That doesn't make any sense. And then the referee, they didn't need to do it behind the ref's back because the referee just basically watched rule breaking happen for 80% of the match anyway.
Yeah.
And there was no order. It was weird.
Yeah.
And to cap it off, it finished with a backslide, which is basically a roll up as far as I'm concerned.
It is a roll up, yeah.
Yeah.
I got excited when the first two in the ring were Kushida and Kenta. I was a bit like, oh yes, come on, let's go. And then it kind of just went, no.
I'm going to say something here.
Go.
Maybe controversial.
Oh.
I
am
am
anything controversial.
I'm yet to see the hype for Kushida that he had coming into NXT and now going back out into New Japan and everywhere else.
Yeah.
I don't see the hype.
No.
If somebody can point me to past Kushida glory, please do. But I haven't seen anything special about this guy to warrant the kind of praise that he's been getting consistently. And
I am with you on that one.
I just don't really understand what the big deal is with this guy.
Yeah.
Is it because he wears something that reminds you of Back to the Future and you like Back to the Future?
Yeah.
Is it really just nostalgia?
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Like, he's called the Time Splitter. And I don't want to sound like Vince Russo because this is a very Vince Russo thing to say. But why have you got a name that doesn't mean anything? Like, your nickname should kind of reflect some part of your character.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make any... Why are you called the Time Splitter? Because you look at your watch.
You would be the controversial.
Yeah. And I embody that. I embody controversial. So that nickname would make sense. Yeah. But I just don't get it. I don't get Kushida. We talked about Kenta during the New Japan show, and he's a lot slower and whatever than he used to be, and such hype, such disappointment.
Yeah,
and it gets even worse for me.
Oh,
because I went with Time Machine for the win.
You actually?
Yeah. Oh. You went with the Bullet Club, so that brings the score to a tied 5.
5 time.
And you can imagine my disappointment. I was ahead by 2 at one point. I was like, yes, this is happening. And now we're tied again.
Tied. And judging by the next 2 matches, we're going to be tied to the end.
With 2 matches with fairly inevitable outcomes. I wonder if anybody went against the grain. Spoilers.
I highly doubt it.
They did not. Pre-main event. Knockouts World Championship. Mickie
Mm.
James versus Masha Slamovich.
Yeah.
That tone that you just gave out, yes, that absolutely embodies this match.
Yeah.
I only have one pro.
Go.
It was Mickie James biting the tongue of Masha Slamovich.
You want to know something?
It's your only one too.
That's the exact same one
Yeah. And it's not like I have a list of cons that made this match bad, but I was given no reason to care about this match at all. This was just a filler. It was predictable.
Yeah.
It was another quote-unquote tough hurdle for Mickie James en route to what is going to be a rematch with Jordan Grace at Rebellion.
Yeah.
Another roll-up win. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Excellent booking, guys. And I think the thing that annoys me the most is that the last rodeo is done.
Mm.
So she's not retiring when she loses the belt. There are no stakes now other than losing the belt. We're just going to carry on as we were, a year ago before the last rodeo.
Yep. Yep.
Great. Thanks for wasting my time for 8 months or whatever.
Yep.
Such disappointment, because this should have been a good match as well.
It should have been, but it wasn't.
It was not.
Meh.
Not onto a winner here in this.
No.
This No Surrender pay-per-view.
No.
No.
We've still got the main event.
Yeah. But we got this one right predictions-wise, so 6. Or, Motor City Machine Gun, if you will.
I'm 5-time the one.
It's a shame that Booker T didn't really answer this question for us when he became a 6-time world champion. He just still kept it. Did he do that? I can't remember.
No, he didn't.
No, I don't think he did either.
I'm just making. That's what it would look like.
Yeah, it looks ridiculous. That's probably why he didn't do it.
Yes.
Now then, contain your excitement. It's main event time.
Whoa.
Impact World Championship. Josh Alexander versus Rich Swann. Himself,
Yay.
a former Impact World Champion.
Yay.
Thanks, COVID, for that.
Yay.
I'm not sure it would have happened any other time, personally, but
yay.
There we are. Right. I do have a few pros. I didn't hate this match.
Go.
It was technical.
Yep.
There were lots of Kurt Angle tributes by Josh Alexander. The German suplexes, the moonsault was textbook Kurt Angle moonsault.
Yeah.
The ankle lock, obviously, he's often done that as a tribute to Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
All of the C4 spikes looked absolutely dirty, and I'm like, oh my god, that guy's dead. So it looked credible, and I hope that Rich Swann is not in fact dead. Because it certainly looked like he was. And then it kind of brings me, I'm not sure if this is a pro, but I think it is. It brings it back to the conversation of before. The crowd were behind Rich Swann. And I think it's John Cena syndrome.
Yeah. They've had enough of Alexander.
They've had enough of the Golden Boy, and they're ready for a change. So I think he needs to either lose the belt or turn heel.
I think he needs to lose it to Steve Macklin. In the process, turn heel.
That works too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose he kind of has to. There's nowhere for him to go now, because he can't just go right back into chasing the championship. People won't engage with that.
No.
And people won't care about people getting in his way of getting back to the championship either. So no, he needs to turn heel and just go on a tear through the roster, I think.
Yeah. Destroy all the baby faces. Job done.
Like, if I can't be world champion, you can't either. That can be the MO for the mega heel run of Josh Alexander.
Yeah.
Once again, Impact Wrestling. Hi, if call me.
Hold on.
Very, very happy to work on a freelance basis. Also, bring Impact Wrestling back to the UK. Thanks. Yeah, so that's my positives.
Yep.
My only con, and this isn't to say that it was a fantastic match, this is just to say that everything else was average. I never really believed at any point that Josh Alexander was at risk of losing the championship. So it made it all very predictable, very inevitable, and fairly meh overall.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, damp squib to finish, but we predicted the same. We went with Josh Alexander for the win because it was inevitable.
Yeah.
And so, once again, it's a tie.
Damn
Our
it.
score coming into this was tied.
Come here, Belt.
It can only ever be tied again. We are tied now at 50 points.
That's a nice round number.
It is.
I like the round number, but it's a tie.
Thing is, right? If we are good, this number can be in a whole new set of tens by next week. Because what's up next?
Oh, Revolution.
AEW Revolution, which undoubtedly will have 14 matches on it and then 7 more on the pre-show. So there's a lot of scope for predicting there. Maybe we can separate from each other on the predictions.
So basically, we're going to watch AEW Revolution and we're going to review it next year because we'll be finished it by next year.
Basically, we've recorded 2 episodes today.
Yeah.
We're gonna have completed Elimination Chamber and No Surrender in less time than it will take to review Revolution next week. Is basically what we're saying, yeah. Because not only that, we'll also end up talking a little bit about the debut of the Ring of Honor show, which is coming up this Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, so there will be a lot to talk about next week. So strap in for a fairly lengthy
Jesus Christ.
main event podcast next week. But before we get our rating in for No Surrender, I just want to say a few things about the production of the quality of Impact Wrestling.
Yes.
I found today, and I'm not sure if you agree, that the camera quality was overall much, much better.
It was, but
I think they've ditched those washed out cameras that just can't take light in under any circumstances. At least for now. Hopefully they put them in a box and they never come back out again.
Yeah.
The camera angles look better. I'm not ready for however yet. I'm trying to do the praise first. The camera angles look better. They weren't looking up at the lights quite as much. All of the side shots from the floor were at a higher angle, so they weren't just stood on the floor looking up at the ropes and seeing mostly ropes and lights and nothing in the ring. That was a whole lot better. But then, yes, just like that when I hit my mic.
At the mic.
Horrible sounds.
Yeah.
The sound levels were terrible at various points. And the sound of the squeaky ring for the entire event. How did somebody on commentary not say, "Hey guys, could you do something about this squeaky ring? It's doing my head in."
I tell you what, here's an idea for Impact. Sign that guy to do your audio, and then sign me
just everything
to go around with WD-40.
You could be the official WD-40 guy of Impact Wrestling.
I will be.
Yeah,
sorted.
It's a great job title. Yeah, you can probably extend that role a little bit, like picking up keyboard keys after combat matches.
Bit of a sweep up.
You gotta have something to do when you're not WD-40ing. So yeah.
There we go.
Okay, well, with all that in mind, with all the matches and the improved visual quality and the squeaky ass ring, it's time to give No Surrender a score out of 5. And on this day, Dan, I ask you to give me a score out of 5 roll-ups, obviously.
I seriously thought you were going to go squeaky rings. This was very meh. It wasn't bad. The Joe Hendry and Moose match was the highlight of the whole thing.
Absolutely.
But the rest of it was just meh. So I'm just going to go straight down the middle, 2.5.
I don't want to be that generous. honestly.
Don't you? Are you going to go for a 2?
I might have to go for a 2.
Are you going to give it a 2 because it was a number 2?
I'm with you. It wasn't bad, but it was just... It reeked of WWE during the Thunderdome era, where everything was phoned in and you were in a holding pattern waiting for something big to happen, and their big thing is the Rebellion pay-per-view in April. They're just like, we need to get there. That's where the good things are happening. Well, no, good things can happen everywhere. Like, just book better. And having to listen to that squeaky ring for the entire time was awful. And so any points I give it for fixing the cameras then were brought back down again by the sound quality, and it's and the only good match really was that Joe Hendry match. And don't get me wrong, it was good enough that I'm glad I watched the whole event just for that Joe Hendry Moose match. Like,
I believe in Joe Hendry,
and I'm looking forward to more of that from Joe Hendry in the future. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 2. Which might be the lowest score we've given an event here on the Main Event podcast. I can't remember.
Is it? I thought we'd given lower.
I mean, we might have given lower to like SummerSlam 1989. That was freaking terrible. I'll have to go back and look. But 2 is pretty low as a standard.
For a non-retro roster, then
even
probably the lowest.
Even the average Thunderdome shows, I think, was given 2.5 pretty consistently. So sort yourselves out, Impact, because you know what? You've got so much potential, and that is just Impact Wrestling all over, isn't it? All the potential in the world. They've got all the pieces, but they're playing chess instead of putting the jigsaw together. Yeah. And it's a confusing analogy, and it should be, because everything is confusing. And there we go.
Yeah.
What a way to end, eh?
Yeah.
Well, as I said, strap in next week. It's going to be a long one as we discuss AEW Revolution. I'm hoping it's going to be a good event, because AEW television has been in that kind of holding pattern, waiting for the big thing. Well, we're going to talk about the big thing, so it better be good.
Better be good.
Better be good. Until next week, I've been Jez.
I've been the champion, Dan.
And this has been the Main Event Podcast. Bye-bye.
Bye.